Hi everyone, Happy New Year. If I didn't say it in yesterday's video, I meant to. Um, okay. I guess Ryan R decided to start the new year off with a bang. Um, so we go back to the party because I'm learning as I go here, and I should have learned this one a while ago. But apparently, what they do is they split up a day into two episodes, the morning and the night. So, okay. So we're still at the New Year's party, New Year's Eve party or whatever, and everybody's still wearing sparkly dresses and stuff. So, the first thing we see is that Christine is with Danny because somehow he was able to get a flight out and be there. Um, and then let's see. Well, Michael and Diane. Actually, Diane was asking Michael for forgiveness, and he gave it to her. And when he said he gave it to her, I was like, why are you giving her forgiveness? You know that she's a bad character, so she's only going to do something else in the future. Um, Look at her wardrobe. Her wardrobe consists of black, dark blue, gray, and black. So, and the only reason she wears other colors than black is because people like me complain about it. Could you put the woman in something other than black? I mean, we get the foreshadowing. She's a bad character, okay? But can you put her in some other color, please? Um, yeah. Okay. So then, because Michael's there, Lauren is there, because they're happily married for forever and a day now. And she's gorgeous. I gotta say, Tracy E. Bregman is gorgeous. She's wearing a white gown, sequins not all over it, but like an intricate designs. Beautiful. And everything matches. Her necklace matches. Her hair thing matches. Lovely. Um, okay. And at first she's skeptical of Diane because apparently they have history. Apparently Diane Jenkins, before she became an abbot, has a history with a lot of characters on the canvas here. So because there's always an undertone of I know you have a history with her, but so yeah. Okay. Um so that happened. And then, let's see. Oh, the big story was something happened to Tessa. And I told you, okay, when I really want to know what's going on here, I watch everything very intently. And I said, okay, well, she's drinking fluids. And then she passed out. And then I don't know, somewhere in there had an asthma attack because Ian Ward. Now, okay, remember that name because it's not his name. Now, I did not know there was a backstory with him with so many people. Did not know this. Um, I mean, I saw him when he came back on the scene and he said he was reformed. So I said, okay, well, he must have done something in the past. But what did he do? And I think I said, I don't know what he did, but this dude doesn't look like he's the best person. So he must have done something pretty bad. Turns out he did a lot of bad stuff. Um, and not to say that it's cool that characters went through stuff, but it is nice to have backstories so that you can kind of understand the character even more than you already do. Because Mariah kind of came to town with a little backstory, but not much. Okay? She is the twin daughter of Sharon, And apparently they didn't know she had a twin. So then she went off to live this life of which not too many people know a lot of the details, and somehow Ian Ward, or Warren is his real name, is involved. Now, I didn't even know he was involved with her. I didn't know any of that. Um, and then they had a little flashback today for like 30 seconds of Mariah in a wedding dress and him standing over her saying, "It's okay, it'll come back to you." So I don't know exactly what he did to her. I don't know. And I don't think I want to know. Um, and then apparently he's done to a lot of things to the Newmans, and Nick kind of outlined a couple of things. Apparently he hurt her mother or shot at her mother, did something at the Newman Tower when there were a lot of people inside, and did all these crazy things. And I mean, okay, in his defense, slightly, not the characters, but just the trope of a bad guy or bad female. Okay, they're supposed to be a bad character, so they're not exactly supposed to be Mary Poppins or something, you know. But he did a lot of stuff. So okay, and then let's see. Um, hmm. Oh well, there's the Daniel. Okay, because Danny came back. He's Daniel's father, and so as a good father, he asked him, "What's going on? How are you doing?" That kind of thing. And he honestly said, "Dad, not that good." And he started detailing everything that Danny didn't already know. Now, I kind of like the storyline only for the fact of, okay, I know there's unaliving involved and everything else, but from a grief standpoint, they're really covering it like it actually happened. And I appreciate that because sometimes they don't really cover the grief part, and it's kind of like, okay, this happened, now get over it. Or this happened, but somehow mysteriously the person survived. So you no longer have to mourn the death, you know. So when he said, "I don't have any more to give and I'm just in grief and I don't know what I'm doing," I have been there. Like, yeah, you don't know what you're doing. You literally wake up in the morning and you go, "Okay, well, put one foot in front of the other and do what you're supposed to do." And then you look back at the end of the day and you go, "I don't know how I did that." And you do that a lot until you don't feel like that anymore. And then you actually get up in the morning and you want to do stuff. And you understand that, like, there's task of the day, but then you find some enjoyment in a little thing. And then it's a little thing and a little thing and a little thing. And it adds up. But it takes time. So I can totally relate to that. So I appreciate it. Okay. And then here's the last part of today's episode, which I kind of think it's fitting and interesting at the same time that this was the last part. But everybody's worried about Ian Ward or Warren and what's going on there. And then somebody says, well, Faith or somebody says, "Mom, it's way past midnight and Mom should have been here already." So you know that she's talking about Sharon, right? Okay. So remember, I gotta remind you real quick. Last time we saw Sharon, she was being knocked out kind of and pulled away from the scene. And apparently nobody saw what was going on. See, this is why sometimes I don't buy the storylines, because I'm like, okay, You mean to tell me that somebody just basically vanished and nobody saw a thing? Come on. So okay. Yeah. But she was pulled away by Jordan. We finally see Jordan today without the get up. I don't understand all these get ups. I mean, I understand kind of the reason why. I just don't understand the whole thing. Because what is Colleen Zink doesn't like her own look? She always has to be in a get up. I don't understand this. Um, okay. So we see her taking off her hair or whatever, her wig, and everything that exposes her as her, right? So I'm like, okay, she's involved, which I kind of figured she was, but I didn't want to jump the gun. So right at the time when Faith or whoever says, "Where's Mom?" they cut to Sharon on a bed, tied up, her wrist tied up with rope, and a piece of duct tape over her mouth. So now the story is going to be, when is she going to be found? When is she going to be rescued? Because you know she's going to be rescued. So that's the next piece. But that's everything for today. I don't know. Like I said, I'm a fan of holiday episodes sometimes, but sometimes I'm not because they don't really focus on. I don't know. They focus on the storyline, but then they swerve into another storyline, so then you're confused and like, what's going on with the original storyline? That's how I am anyway. Because I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Weren't we talking about XYZ here and not this? But, alright, so tomorrow's Friday. It should be a good one. Alright, bye everybody.